What are the best ready-to-run rock crawlers for 2024? There were a lot of new trucks released this year, but we've narrowed it down to just 10, so let's find out. Number 10. Now starting us off is one of the most scaled trucks in the scene. It's the Chevy K10 Scottsdale pickup truck from RC 4-wheel drive, which is an amazing RC recreation in 10 scale form, with a hard plastic body and no exposed body clips, and some other really cool details like a full interior, realistic grille, light buckets, bumpers, and mirrors. Plus it has a realistic engine bay under the hood that you can further customize if you want. It's a fully realistic body available in a few different colors, and then it sits atop the realistic Trailfinder 2 chassis. But it's gonna cost you a pretty penny at $570, and it still requires a battery pack. Number 9. Next is an RC truck that pays homage to the iconic civilian Jeep of the late 70s. It's the Jeep CJ7 atop of the SCX 10.3 chassis from Axial, which has been a staple in the RC crawling community for years. This crawler comes complete with Genrite bumpers, body armor, and a fully detailed interior, including an opening center console. Even the doors on the scale body are functional, allowing them to open up and close, or you can remove them altogether. More scale details include the removable coffee tumbler and soda can, the transfer case twin stick shifters, the automatic transmission shifter, bucket seats with optional seatbelt harness slots, folding side view mirrors, and more. It's an amazing RC crawler that not only looks super rad, but it'll hold its own on the rocks, all for $500, and it requires a battery pack. Number 8. Number 8 brings us to one of the best-selling mini crawlers of the year. It's the TRX4M Bronco from Traxxas, which is an adventure-driven micro crawler that's ready to hit the trails out of the box. It features a smaller 1/18 scale size, but it's big on scale details and big on high crawling performance. Now it starts with a detailed ABS body shell with clipless mounting right to its rigid C-channel frame. This frame is supported by 4 oil-filled GTM shocks to add control and keep the body from bouncing around as you drive. Scale straight axles are connected to the frame using a full 4-link suspension. Of course, it's officially licensed, it's 4-wheel drive, and it's waterproof for those wet conditions. The TRX4M also comes with a smaller price tag of $160, so it's a great way to get started, and there's a ton of upgrades and accessories that can be added down the road, and it only requires AA batteries. Number 7. Now the next crawler on this list was originally released a few years ago, but it's back and better than ever before. This is the Axial UTB18 Capra, now with 4-wheel steering, which can be a great benefit on the trail, but even when it's not, it's sure a fun party trick to impress your friends. Plus, the rear wheel steering has 3-button control functions, including no rear steering that mirrors the front steering, and crab crawl. The UTB18 can navigate tight trails, sharp turns, and perform maneuvers most crawlers can't do. The UTB18 also features LED lighting, officially licensed tires and wheels, and an awesome trail buggy appearance with realistic tube cage and body panels. And as a cool side note, this is our first crawler to include realistic helmeted driver and passenger figures sitting inside. This is also a 1/18 scale vehicle like the previous TRX4M, so it's good for indoor and outdoor use. Although the UTB18 is a little more costly at $280, it doesn't require anything else. Number 6. It's a good year for trail buggies because coming in at the number 6 spot is the 1/10 scale sized H10 Optic from Vanquish Products, who released this ready-to-run buggy back in May, and it's quickly become a top pick among crawling enthusiasts for its perfect blend of realistic styling and all-out trail performance. Now for starters, it features a full ABS hard cage body, giving it a rugged and solid trail buggy feel with rigid body panels attached. The body also comes in 2 different pre-painted and stickered versions, so you can choose your favorite. More realistic details include the Hydro-style ram steering system on the front axle that provides a direct and protected link between the front tires, and then it hides the servo low behind the axle to enhance the scale looks. The H10 also features a scale helmeted driver inside to further enhance the feel, but there's no passenger because sometimes hitting the rock rocks is best done alone. The full flavor H10 optic is a little more pricey at $500, and it requires a battery pack. Number 5. The Red Cat Ascent Fusion LCG is next, and my oh my, what a crawler this truck is, offering one of the best values in 1/10 scale size crawlering, considering its high spec of parts that aren't normally found on trucks of this price. Things like carbon fiber chassis rails, carbon shock towers, and a carbon motor mount, all in 3mm thickness. These parts are going to be strong, stiff, and then help lower the center of gravity, hence the LCG naming. The truck also comes with a smooth, brushless motor system and divorce transfer case with a quick change system, allowing the user to change gears without removing the entire transmission. This system will allow an underdrive of 0%, 10%, and 20% pretty quick to optimize the crawling performance with the terrain conditions. The Fusion LCG also comes with some nice brass weights as the outer portal covers to keep the front end planted and further increase that low center of gravity. Overall, it's a great truck at a great price of $400, and it requires a battery pack. Number 4. For users looking for the ultimate in 1/10 scale size crawling value, it's hard to beat this next truck in the number 4 spot. This is the SCX 10-3 Base Camp. Now this truck doesn't feature the same high-end spec of parts as the previous truck, but the price is just too good for what the truck offers. Now firstly, this is a $320 1/10 scale size crawler based on the proven SCX 10-3 chassis that comes with AR45 portal axles, and it's super similar to the CJ7 that we looked at earlier in the number 9, but it's just way cheaper. It still has officially licensed tires, wheels, and bumpers, but it ditches the expensive licensed body in favor of a more generic look that honestly still looks pretty dang good. Plus, there are 2 color options available. For the motor system, it's more basic with a 35-turn brushed motor, but it's still 2 and 3S compatible, which will be plenty to get you down the trail. Overall, the Base Camp hits a sweet spot between reliability, looks, and performance that's gonna be hard to match, all for $320, and it requires a battery. Number 3. Now number 3 is the newest truck released on this list, but dang, does it bring back some good feelings. It's the 1985 Toyota Hilux SR5 from HPI, and this is a smaller 18 scale truck, and it's darn near an RC replica, and gosh, it just looks awesome. There's a lot going on underneath the hood too for functionality, like the C-channel chassis that features a 2-speed transmission for high and low gearing with full metal drivetrain gears. The truck also includes a full LED lighting system for the headlights, the brake lights, and the turn signals, with 5 LED modes that are controlled on the 6-channel transmitter. For motor power, it is a brushless outrunner motor that should have lots of control and speed for that 2-speed tranny. Another nice thing is that this truck includes a battery and battery charger, so the only thing required are AA's. Overall, this truck can be great for the collector or anybody who just wants a really cool Toyota replica RC truck, and most impressively, the Toyota Hilux only costs $200. Number 2. Now next is one of the best-selling RC crawlers at AMain Hobbies, and for good reason. This is the Vanquish VRD Stance. Now this comp level ready to run stands out as a top tier, reliable, and performance-oriented platform with stamped aluminum frame rails, a 6-degree flat skid plate, and the VFD transmission that features a low and forward motor position with sintered metal gears and a 6% overdrive. The front portal axles also have more overdrive, giving the truck a 24% overall. The front portal axle also boasts a servo on axle setup, and then it uses a 4-link design for maximum performance. Both front and rear axles incorporate weighted brass tube inserts, along with front alloy knuckle weights that can be upgraded to heavier brass if you want to. A low center of gravity and high performance are the main themes here, and the Stance delivers. Even with the electronics, it comes with a 3S LiPo-ready ESC, a 35-turn brushed motor, and a servo with an impressive 200 ounce-inches of torque. The Stance is one bad mamma jamma, and it's ready to go for $500, and it requires a battery. Number 1. So what's number 1? Well, it can only be the Ascent 18 from Red Cat. This truck has well earned its position as being the best RC rock crawler of 2024 for many reasons, but mainly that it's a fantastic performing truck and it's super cheap at only $120. This is by far the best crawling option for the newcomer, somebody younger, or even the hardcore enthusiast without sacrificing anything, except that it's a smaller mini truck at 1/18 scale. But on the plus side, it's great for outdoor and indoor use. So come those rainy days, you don't need much space to create an indoor crawler course, and this truck features all of the same characteristics as bigger 10 scale crawlers. You've got locked portal axles, metal gears, aluminum chassis rails, ball bearings, and it includes some of the best electronics in the 18th scale category, with buttery smooth motor precision and an extremely torquey steering servo. It's just an all-around banger. High performance, decent looks, and easy upgradability all shine with the Ascent 18, and for a steal of the price of $120, and it only requires AA batteries. If you guys want more information on these trucks, go check out our links down below. And if you want more RC videos, check these out.